Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Set, ready, and Lobo. Watch the slap, watch the slap. Set, go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now this throw caught left side, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now back to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now the man from nearby Baton Rouge, it's the LSU star Darius Geis. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action with Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Geis with a carry on second down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third down, here's Geis. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And Thomas has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And this one complete to Reed. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Haskins on third down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Terry. 10 yards there. Good for a Redskin first down. On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From just shy of midfield, Haskins. And Reed with it over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 28. Shotgun handoff down to Geis. David Onyemata there on the tackle. Second and 5 now. Haskins. Looking for his tight end Reed, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And all the way down to the 37. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 53 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2nd and 2. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a quick pass to Richardson.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Set, ready. Check. He's coming.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 50. Check 50.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Play action. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack. Haskins, this complete to the former Longhorn Marcus Johnson. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. He completes this one to Mack. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Mack.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson, as the first half is winding down, and the Redskins are going to retake the lead. And he missed it. No good. This is going to remain a 2-point game after that one. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 44 is the mic. Watch the run. 44. Mike. 44. Stay with you.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the 2nd half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hassan Reddick drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Going right side here, and that's complete. A loss of 2 there, second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Looking to throw again on second down. Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Haskins, third and long. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
A gain of 29 yards.
Haskins now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Out of the gun, Geis. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. From the 25 on second down, Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Here's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
No.
Back to the ground game now with Geis. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. Third and goal. They run with Geis. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Saints will have the football back.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
Looking to throw. And this one complete to Smith.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
28 yards. That's good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, but guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And a loose football into the Redskins' head that they do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Redskins.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Flushed out right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. They'll run with Geis, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Important extra point up and through, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34. Back to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Redskins 16.
So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now a run with Geis. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again they run, again it's Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check, check. In your face. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike. Go. It's the pass. 44. 44. Mike. 44. And here we go. Watch the
Haskins to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lutz to try to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now it's Haskins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play.